Hello everyone. Today we'll learn something called as joins in SQL. I want to use this application called MySQL. MySQL is an application RDBMS from Oracle. So I'll be using this MySQL to show you what are joins. Whenever we have multiple tables, for example, let's take two tables. There are possibilities that I can merge them, means I can combine the data horizontally and make it as a single table. This concept is called as join. So to join, mostly I need one column common in two tables. So if I have a common column, I can use those common columns and get the remaining column data in this combined table. So let's understand this with a beautiful example. I'm coming with few tables. So let me show you this table. I'm calling it as orders. There are some orders made in a showroom. Let's say order ID 1 and got amount of 200 rupees and made by CID. So CID stands for customer ID. So if I ask you who is this customer ID for, currently in this table I don't have the meaning for this for. But if I look at another table called customers, I'll be able to make out that for the name of the for ID is Shubman. Similarly, I can have many more details in this table like his PAN number, roll number, or phone number, email ID, salary, sales. So I got to know this is Shubman. So what generally we would do in Excel is we would do VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP. We would go and search for the CID in this table. So you would come to this table, tell that I want to search this table, tell that I want column index 2, that is the name of the customer, and use an exact match. When I enter, I can see it as comes. So if I drag this down, I get it. And you can see there is nobody called as customer 6 in my data. So that's how we would have done it in Excel. But that's going to take a long time if I have to get multiple column data into this. So instead of that, and imagine in SQL when we do, we will have lakhs of rows. So it won't be feasible to use VLOOKUP. To do this, I'm going to show you in Workbench, how can you do that. So I'm coming to a Workbench. Let me take a new database. Creating one database called joins lessons. So I'm running this command and I can see it's already created. It's going to be somewhere here. Joins lesson. I should start using it as I run this. I can see it's been used, but I need some space for data. So let me create one table for this. If you look at this table, it has got order ID, amount, and customer ID. So I'll create a table called create table orders. The columns I need is order ID, data type is integer. I want amount, it can be decimal or let's say money, so I'll get as decimal, and CID, which is an integer. So I'm just creating a new table Only thing that I'll do is I'll also use this order ID as a primary key. You'll get to know why would I do that. I'm going to run this. So if I refresh the schema, you can see table has been created. So if I check the data, if there is any data inside, you can see it's not there. So what we can do, the reason I use PK, that is primary key, is I'll get to see these nulls. If I have these nulls, I can paste values. So I'm coming back to this and select only these values and copy these values, come here and paste rows. So I got all this data populated. I'll just say apply, apply, finish. So that way I'll be able to get the data fast. Similarly, we create one more table, create table, customers. I want CID in primary key and I want the name column, which is, you can keep it as varchar 25, close the bracket, and running this. You can also use a shortcut control and enter in the keyboard. It's created. If I show you the data, it's going to be blank from customers. Control and enter. You can see it's blank. Select the first cell, come to the data. I'm copying only the data starting from 1 to last. Coming back to workbench, I will select this, right click and paste. I'll just show you again. Let's run this. Right click and paste rows. So I got all the answer. So instead of inserting the data, there is another way to quickly get the small tables answered. Now my task is to combine orders and customers. So if I do that, I'll have to get all these items here next to that. So the question could be something like this. Get all the order details. I want all the order details and if any customer details allowed. If there is any customer details allowed. So if I want to know this, let's see how it is done in SQL. I'm using a comment. For this, we use again select. I'm ticking all the columns first. Star and say orders, and I need to join. When I want to join, I'll say left join this time, and I'm using the second table as customers. One thing that you should notice when you're joining this, you should know which are the common columns. You can see CID in this table and CID in this table are common. So I'm going to tell that within my SQL using an on clause on the first table orders dot CID customer ID equal to customers dot CID. So this is compulsory for the first four joins, especially for left join, right join, inner join, outer join. It should mention. So I'm using left join. Let's see how it looks like. Select start from orders first table, which means it will get all the data from the first table. And then it will check for matching records from the second table based on the common column CID. If I run this, you can see all the data, matching data have come. 4 is matching with 4. So you got the name of the customer. Similarly, it goes on. Whenever there is no match, it will not give you the data. Instead, it will show null null. I'll copy this. Let's say if I want to just change this to right join. As I run this control enter, I can see all the data from the right side has come. And whenever there is no match, for example, Rohit has not come to my stores today, so it is null null null. Similarly, Bumrah did not come to the store, null null. The remaining data is matching 1 1 3 3 3 3 4 4. So all those matchings are definitely coming with the answer. This concept is called as right join. The next type of join is I'll just change this to inner join. As I do inner join, you can see the nulls will be avoided. Only the matching records from both the table are coming. If you quite observe here, whoever has a match, let's say 4 and 3, 4 and 3 have match here. So 4 and 3 have a match. 1 and 3 also have a match. So you can see 1 and 3 as well coming. 3 is repeated, but this is how it is. Rohit and Bumrah will not be shown in the data. Order ID 3 will also not be shown in the data. So if you look at this, for order ID, customer ID 6 is not there, order ID 3 is not there. Only the matching records are coming from both the tables. This concept is inner join. In MySQL, we do not have a concept called as full join or outer join. But what we can do is we can use a trick of set operation called union. I'm just having both these joins left and right, left join, right join. And if I do this one, I can get to see all the data from the left side, all the data from the right side, and wherever there is a match, it will connect. When there is no match, it will show null null. So these are four types of joins that we have. So if I have to talk about that in a Venn diagram, how it looks like. If these two tables have this common columns like A and B, so I can take those columns as A and B. If I want left join, I'll bring all the data from the left side and matching records from the right. This is going to be left join. If I want right join from the common columns A and B, the names could be customer ID, customer ID. I'll bring all the data from the right side and the matching records from the left side. That is called as right join. If I only bring the common records, only the records which are there in both the tables, then it's called as inner join. The last option is if I have all the records from all the tables, both the tables, then it's called as full join or outer join. So these are four types of joins using two tables. There are two more types of joins. Let me quickly show you that. Let's take some example. I have some food here, cake, bread, omelette. Similarly, I have one more table here which shows four types of drinks, coffee, Pepsi, tea, and so on. So when I look into these tables, I can create something called as combination. For cake alone, if I think that somebody ordered cake, there is possibility that he can order any of these four drinks. So I am getting the combinations like a person can choose cake along with any of this. Similarly, somebody can choose bread and They also get options of four, all these four. Or anybody can take omelette as well. And there also you get four combinations. So you're getting three items here and four items here. So totally you're getting 12 items here, 12 combinations. So this kind of join is called as cross join. Cross join. So let me quickly show that in Workbench. For that I'll create two tables quickly. To create table, let's say food. I just want name of the food. So I'll just take name. I can just leave it as text data type. Done. I enter this. I want to insert some data. So insert into table, food, insert into food values. What values we said? We thought of adding cake, bread, bread. So three items I'm adding inside the food table. If you want to check, select start from food. I control enter. I need to enter this thrice. So three columns I need to yes. I added three values in a single row, so it is getting confused. So I need to complete this three rows. So I will get this three food. Similarly, let's add one more table. Create table drinks. Again, I just want name of the drink. Just using a text data type. I create it. Now when I insert into drinks values, let's say there is Coke, Pepsi, E, also will have coffee. I have to close with the semicolon and so four records entered. So you can see the data using select start from drinks. So these are the ones I need to do food as well as drinks cross join. So I'll just go and say select start from food cross join drinks. So two tables I'm taking, I'm just mentioning cross join, and you can observe I don't need to spend on clause on this. No need of common column. Just run this. You can see 12 rows written because food had 3, drinks had 4 rows. Together it is created 12 rows. If you sort it, you can see for bread alone there are 4 combinations. Somebody eating bread can also take Coke. Somebody eating bread can take Pepsi or tea or coffee. So 4 combinations with bread. For cake also we have 4 combinations. Similarly for omelette again you can use 4 combinations. So this concept is called as cross joins. So how does cross join look like? If there are two tables with rows like A, B, C and something like 1, 2, 3, 4. So cross join will create A1, A2, A3, A4 Along with that, it will also do B1, B2, B3, B4, then C1, C2, C3, C4. So you'll get all these combinations in a new table. So this is going to be a cross join. So one way to remember how many rows you will get is count the number of rows here, count the number of rows here, just multiply that, you will get it as total number of rows in a cross join. It's called as cross join. Okay, for the next one, I'm going to create one more table. It's a create table students. I want student ID, which is integer. I'll purposely create primary so that I can paste the data. I need name of the student. It is, I'll keep it as text. And then is friend ID, which is going to be integer. So three columns I'm creating. If you just look at the description, describe students. You can see it is selling ID, friend ID, name. Three columns are there. So let's run that and check what is there inside. So we have select as a command. Select star stands for everything, all the columns. Select star from students. Currently I will not have data. So you can see ID, name and friend ID. I've prepared data here. Let's bring that data. You can see I have a data here. So let me explain this in Workbench only. So I'm pasting here by using right click, paste rows. You can see one student ID, one is Krish. Like that we have Virat, Sohail, Sushma and Kirti. So all these are students. They were asked who are your friends. So they have given the friends ID instead of names. So observe here, if I want to know who is Krish friend, 3. 3, I don't have any other extra table to find out who is 3. So I'll go back to this table only and look at 3 means Suhail. So Suhail will be friend of Krish. Similarly, when I come to Virat, Virat is telling his friend is 1. 1 means Krish. So you can find out Virat's friend is Krish. Suhail's friend is also Krish. Sushma's is 5. 5 means Kirti. Kirti's is 4, which is Sushma. When I want to do combine from the same table, we call it as self-join. Self-join. So how to write this self-join? Select star from students. Here you need to use the same table twice. So we will give an alias. First table we'll call it as table A. We can use any of the join. So let me show with left join. But it is called as self-join because I'm going to use the same table again. This time I'll call this as B. I should check what is the common column. So somewhere you can understand friend ID is referring to student ID. So I'll go and say friend ID from the table A, that is students able friend ID, which is same as P B dot just ID, this column. When I do this, you can observe. Let me check what is it friend ID. I have not added the data as of now. Let me just add. I copied this, copied this. I should have added this data. Paste rows and to apply. Insert into table. Yeah, now it will be visible. Now I can go for self join. So you can see that Friend of Krish is Soil. Friend of Virat is Krish. Friend of Soil is Krish. Friend of Sushma is Kirti. Kirti's friend is Sushma. So when you want to connect in the same table and get the answers, we use something called a self join. But we do not have a keyword called self join in MySQL. You can use left join only. But you need to be aware that we are using the same table twice. Since we are connecting same table, it's called as self join. If you want these data, I'll post it in the comments. You can always take it. These are the 6 types of joins in SQL. We saw left join, right join, inner join, full join, and cross join. The next join is if you have a single table having 2 columns within which can be referred, you'll use self join. So these are the 6 types of joins in MySQL. Happy learning.